Hello, you guys. Thank you again for tuning into this vidcast. I'm Dave Morgan, and this is going to be the second installment to my 3 keys to sacrificial living to get God's attention. And if you remember in the last video, if you haven't seen it yet, check it out. But what I want to go over is today will be about prayer. Now, again, you would think that these sacrificial keys should be a little bit more evident with a lot of the Christians that you encounter, but even though prayer or tithes and offering was part of the last one, and it seems like it should be part of it, or it should already be in practice, but just in case the heart mindset was not there, then that's what I was trying to do, is trying to refocus the heart and the mind to be where it should be, in hopes that we just really really focus in on God as best as we possibly can. And prayer is one of those other ways of doing just that. Okay, prayer takes a little bit of time and effort. Think about a relationship. If you have a significant other, if you have a fiance, if you have a spouse, the key to your relationship is communication. One of the greatest keys to your relationship is communication, and prayer is the form of communication with God. And if you're not in communication with God, then your relationship with Him is that much dwarfed. So much so. I mean, couples who stop talking really are going to find themselves suffering a lot. And so think of it this way: you're trying to maintain a relationship with God. So what we got to do is start talking. And what else we got to do is we have to make some time to talk. And this is part of the sacrifice. In the last video, I was talking about giving up some of your substance, which was part of the sacrifice. And this time, I'm saying we should give up some time. Now, this is going to seem hard at first, and trying to get back into it. But if we did a little bit at a time, and then grow from there, start with the seed of time, and when you start off with a seed and then you water it with a few more seconds, and then you'll see that time grows into a tree, and then you start yielding fruit. And by that I mean, I know for the youth of the Church of God, we have what's called the 7-Up. And I'm not going to go into all of that, but part of that is 7 minutes of prayer, doing just 7 minutes of prayer a day for 7 days a week, and see how that goes. And then once you find yourself comfortable with that, try upping that up by 3 more minutes the next week. Okay? The whole idea is that you try to get yourself established into a new pattern or routine, but just don't do it out of habit, but do it out of love. You know what I mean? And instead of trying to turn a prayer into a chore, okay, where you say, yeah, now's the time for this, now's the time for that. The show's about to come on, and after that I'll do my 7 minutes of prayer, then after that I'll do something else. And instead of doing it that way, just do it because you just want to see, because you really want God to resonate in your life. And prayer, is one of the most profound ways to get God's attention, because you're His child and you're going to start talking to Him. Now, at the same token, now this is going to sound very, very odd of me saying this, but But believe me, this does help a lot. But when you do your 7 minutes of prayer, I'm talking about your initially rather. Um, Try to avoid requests. Um, I mean, if you think about this for a moment, for those of us who have children, I'm not one of them, but I do observe this a lot. There's, if there's one thing that I know for sure, children like to talk, and they're not always asking for stuff. Now they do ask for stuff, but it's not always. But they do like to talk a lot, and why not just try talking to God about something? Tell God how your date went. Tell God what you felt about so and so. Tell God what you thought about whatever. I mean, find a few highlights every day. Figure 3 highlights every day and tell God about them. Okay. Now, if you want to make a request, go right ahead. I mean, this is just suggestions. Okay. But you'll find out that this is very prevalent when God realizes that He's no longer becoming your genie, but now your friend. It's really going to change a lot of how God responds to you, because now He sees a relationship developing, and so this is really going to be helpful to you when you find that time. And again, if you could find more than 7 minutes, please, by all means, do it. I mean, there's nothing that can go wrong when you actually put yourself into this and give God that piece of your time out of your busy day. And He sees that sacrifice, and He will reward you for it. Okay? Now, again, this is the end of this key. Please comment below. I'd like to hear from you guys. Send in a message from the contact form above. Subscribe to the video show if you have not already. And if, again, even at the contact form, if you have a prayer request, if you have a comment, question, please submit that. If you have a prayer request, I will pray for you. If you have a testimony, share it. And I want to share it with everybody else too, what God has done for you. All right. Thanks for watching. Brother Dave out. God bless.